The days of tradition, that era of unbroken spiritual lineages had many men of my age, the late 20s, practice celibacy, or to a lesser extent, semen retention, through the values of abstinence before marriage, or, for the spiritual adepts, initiation by a master into esoteric practices. This duty was placed upon men, and carry it they did, this great burden of their beastly nature, living in its shadow while trying not to get swallowed into its depths. This is a burden, I will not lie to you. It always has been. This struggle to tame the beast of your own flesh has been documented in each and every scripture, holy text, and treatise. Nowhere can you turn to know religion without reading the war man fights against himself, against his very body. All religiosity can be surmised as such then, to move away from the physicality of your being, toward the unseen and otherworldly, to transcend. As such, the practices of all traditions impose the necessity of emancipation of the ego from the divine, an apparent duality that must be forgotten to realize God. And we see seekers search inward and outward for the weakest link to sever so they may begin to walk toward God, and to erode the beast within by chipping away at its hide by, say, attempting to bring the breath under control, or mastering the bodily processes that usually remain outside man's grip. Sex, then, is the strongest link. It is the armor and the dagger of the beast, and we, the abstaining, have decided to stab its heart through the plate and with its own weapon. For the uninitiated vagabonds raised within the sullied corridors of this hypersexual society, the simple question must arise: is this the path for me? Is the sacrifice of the ancients worthy of emulation? In the wilderness of this world which will always ostracize any idea of ascetic emancipation? I don't believe I can answer this for you. But I can say that if this is not a question you have wrestled with at least one occasion, it may not be the path for you. This practice is a living inheritance, passed down by the ancients through the ages only to the worthy. And despite being uninitiated, it may very well be the case that those who happen to venture on this path are worthy. But the question must still remain: is this the path for me? Each moment of abstinence is a brick on the bridge, being built toward your destination. Every moment we choose to retain, we lay those bricks. This practice will always be the means to attain a greater goal. And if the goal isn't great enough to traverse on that bridge, don't build it. Your aspirations must remain lofty for you to build a bridge to them. It is the only reason for this sacrifice. Don't fall for the trap of the plentiful benefits. Don't wish to become attractive, or magnetic, or appealing. Find that mountain you could not have climbed without this bridge, and lay the bricks every single day. This is the true way to honor the sacred inheritance.